So we have our two assemblies created, and we are going to now create the corridor. So the corridor is basically this road alignment here. So go to the Home tab, and then you're going to create a corridor. So pull this arrow down and create a corridor. This corridor I'm going to call Road A. All right, I'm going to leave everything as default standard. It can go on 3D corridor, baseline alignment, that's fine. I'm not doing feature lines. We might talk about those later. The alignment is proposed road A, the profile is road A, and the assembly that we're going to use, we're going to start out with the 50-foot corridor. Our target surface means if I was going to tie down to existing grade, I would need to target the surface here to the EG. I'm not going to do that for right now. I'm going to show you just the corridors first. And then I'm going to click, because we can always change it. That's what's so great about Civil 3D. We can always change our design kind of on the fly, and it'll update most often. And then I'm just going to click OK. All right, now here I wanted to show you, let's say that, and I'll do this in a minute. Let's say I needed from station 10+00 to this station right here is going to have a different assembly than the station from here to here to here to here. All right, so I'm going to start with just doing a corridor baseline to begin with without changing and having sub-regions of different assemblies. So you can see that I've got an assembly here. I'm just going to go ahead and hit apply, rebuild, and then OK. What you now see is this pop up here. This is my assembly. Now this is the only bad thing. The assembly over here that we built sometimes is attached. If you look at the information, and I'm not going to bother with this underneath general, the layer that it's attached to, when I want to freeze off this, so let me just show you this real quick. If I freeze off these blue lines because I don't want them on, the corridor is still there, but sometimes I lose part of my assembly. So just be aware of that. I know in the older versions, if you're using the previous version of Civil 3D, it used to freeze it off. So I'm just going to undo that for right now. All right, so see how this angles through here? And before, if I would have tried to put a spot grade right here, I couldn't, because if I didn't extend the assembly out that extra 10 feet, I would have lost this curve to be able to put a spot grade on. Okay, so now the other thing that I want to put on my corridor, and this is for kind of like checks and balances, but I also like to use it in my drawing. I'm going to split my screen so I'm not zooming back and forth like this all the time. I'm going to split my screen. I'm going to come over here to my profile. I'm going to go ahead and update this because I forgot to update it previously. So I'm going to go to Profile View Properties, and on the band tab, come over here and change that to the proposed road, apply, and OK. And you can see that the elevations are updated. Now, the next thing that I want you to do is, because I want to, even though your corridor is set, you can create a surface, I want to make sure that the surface and the corridor and everything that I'm making is correct. So on the alignment, I'm going to do alignment, edit alignment labels here. Now I can add the elevations, the vertical elevations that's in here that shows on the profile to the plan view. So that's this one right here, this profile geometry points. If it's not there, then you can pick it here and then add it, but it is there. So I am going to use this, and its style is the road PVI. That's fine. And then I am going to come over here, and on the profile, I'm going to tell it what I want to add. I want to add the high and the low point. I want to add the grade break, the overall high, the overall low, the profile start, and the profile end. I don't care about the point of vertical intersection on my plan view. Okay, I'm going to click OK. I'm going to click Apply, and I'm going to click Pick OK. All right, now you can see that you have these callouts that show the elevation. So if I pull this out, there's actually multiple pieces of information attached to it. Okay, so I'll fix that in a minute. I'm going to take the overall off. So I'm going to click on the alignment again, the alignment. I'm going to right click, edit alignment labels. I'm going to click on this ellipse here, and I'm going to take the overall low and the overall high off of it right now. And then go OK. And apply and OK. The only time I have a hard time with the overall high and overall low that I want to see is this station right here, this low point at station 14. So the low point is at 1468. Notice this low point here in 1468. So let me delete this, sorry. Let me get this out of the way for right now. You can see the overall low point is right here. So I'm going to pull this up, which makes it nice to see your highs and your lows on your drawings. This is important, especially when you have intersecting drawings or intersecting roadways. So this is how you test, as I explained previously in the course, this is how you make sure that when you're having intersections that the elevations stay the same. So if I had two profiles, then I could visually see this on the plans that the numbers read exactly the same. Okay, so the next thing that I need to do is I want to put spot grades on each of these lot lines. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to come up to the prospector, and you can see now you have corridors. All right, so I am going to click on the Road A corridor that I just built. I'm sorry, on underneath of it, if I go properties, that's not what, I'm sorry, I was right the first time. Click on Road A and then go properties. And what we're going to do is we're going to create surfaces based on this. So I'm going to click on surfaces, and I'm going to click on this button here where it says create a corridor surface. So I click that. Now I want the code to be the top code. That is the top elevation that you have on the assembly. So I want it to be the top because I want to be able to use the top of the assembly as my proposed elevations. Now, you could use a different code, and the reason you would do that is it would be helpful to do cut fill analysis or something like that. Most of the time, I'm not that in-depth with this, so I'm just going to do top, and then I'm going to add. I'm going to apply, I'm going to rebuild, and then I'm going to go OK. Now, what I want to do is I am going to, so I don't have too many layers, I'm going to freeze off the C topo layer. This is, now you can see, a tin surface. Okay, I just clicked on this line right here. All right, so when I do that, it created a surface up here. Now you can see Surface Road A. I'm going to click on Surface Road A. I'm going to right click. I'm going to go Surface Properties. I'm going to change that to Contours and Tints. The other way that I could have done that is if I clicked on the surface, I could come over here, that Style, change to Contours and Triangles. And Regen. All right. Now, this information through here is incorrect. So I need to get rid of these lines. So when you click on the surface, you'll get this contextual ribbon. you're going to come over to here to edit surface, and you're going to delete the line. You're going to delete like this to the point here. Don't go too far. Just go up to the point about here. And then you're going to hit enter. Sometimes you might want to get a little tighter. Up to you. However, that's fine. And now I've created the contours through here. This is where I want to freeze off so you can see it easier. You're going to freeze off this. Undo. I clicked on the wrong thing. So I need to change when you click on the lines here, the triangles, change it back to 1 and 5 design. All right, now what I want to do is freeze off this. So now you can see your contours better. These are your proposed contours. All right, so you can also label these. So if you go to annotate, click to the top of the tab and click on surface, and you're going to click single contour. You're going to use the proposed label. You've got proposed and existing. Just use the proposed, go add, and then you can click on the label here, 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 and here. So now we've got our labels on our contours. The next thing we want to do is we want to create spot grades on the lot lines. So with this label feature still up, you can create a single spot grade. I am going to use the style proposed grade with the marker style standard green. I'm going to go add, and then it says select a surface or press the enter key. You can hit the enter key or the space bar key. And what it does is it pops up this dialog box, and you're going to click on road surface 1 or road A surface 1, whatever. And then you're going to snap to the endpoints of each one. Now, you should always check to make sure that the computer is generating what you want. Now the contours here, remember that the corridor or the assembly that we created for the corridor is linear. So all of the information on this here, on this cul-de-sac, is incorrect. You need to stop the information at these 2 points right here, where it goes non-linear. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and delete these. So I don't want those points. I'm going to delete that. So to do that, to stop that, I showed you before about the corridors. So I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to go to the corridor here, and I'm just going to take this. This is just a station equation labeler. So I'm going to drag it down to here because I need to know what that station is, what to stop it at. I need to stop the corridor at 1559.86. So I'm going to go ahead and close this to get it out of the way. I'm going to right click. So if your corridor is collapsed, bring it out, go to here, right click, and properties. Now here is the end station. I said I needed to end at 1559.86. Notice I didn't put the plus symbol in there. You don't have to. It'll automatically know to do it itself. All right, and then I'm going to apply and okay, rebuild, and be set like that. So it stops right there. I should have, I'm going to change that. Properties again, I'm going to change that to 1660. Apply, rebuild, and okay. Oh man, I wanted to go, oh, I've got it snapped to the wrong point. There we go. I'm going to do that one more time. I'm just trying to get it further out so I can get that last little point. Apply, rebuild, and okay. There we go. Now, so I've got my front spot grades, but I got to make sure that everything is reading correctly, that my corridor is reading correctly and all that. So sometimes what I'll do, so let's go up to station 1050. So let's come up here at 1050 just to test out a few things. So here's 10, here's 1050. Oh, also notice this, that I should have fixed that. Sometimes I'll bounce back between things that I'll notice that I need to clean up. The reason this information didn't come correctly is because we don't have there was something misreading between the corridor surface, because it starts at 1030. So here to 1030, I don't have any information. If I had more data back to the 10 plus 00, it would work. So you know what I'm going to do to clean that up? I'm going to go properties, and I'm going to go 1030. I'm going to start at snap properties 1030.26. Apply, rebuild, and okay. And okay. So it gets rid of the mess that was here.